Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Thrive Tribe TV. We are so glad you are here. We are going through the tenets in our B.R.E.A.T.H.E workshop. Each letter represents a little bit of the framework, which are all supporting how we increase our well-being and support our resilience. So today we are on H, which is harnessing thoughts. So we've all got them, right? Thoughts kind of just pop up. They're like bubbles. We can't always control when they enter. And so we want to give you 3 quick strategies today for what you do when the ants go marching. And by ants, I mean automatic negative thoughts, right? And we've all got, yes, thank you, Joelle. Thank you for the visual. And we all have ants, right? They come in all sorts of different species. Some ants go very inward, and some ants can be very external. So let's take some of the some very popular or common ants, right? One, overthinking. So let's hear it, ladies. What are some examples of overthinking?
There's so many.
This person probably doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, I take it personally. Like, oh my gosh, why didn't that person wave to me? Did I do something?
Did I say something wrong?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Another big one is comparison, right?
Oh yeah, especially now on social media and
yes, right.
Why am I not better than I am?
Yes.
And why am I not
going for a better parent, a better teacher, a better spouse, a better friend, right?
Yeah, exactly. And as Teddy Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes. And like we said, it's very common to do that, right? You see something and you're like, oh, kind of inspired, and then kind of like feeling like, why am I not doing this? Like, why am I not keeping up with the Joneses, right?
Right.
Another really common type of ant is shoulding, right? Mm-hmm. I should be
riding my bike like Jessie is. I should be cleaning the house like everyone else is saying. My house is so clean.
Yeah, I should have a prettier background when I Zoom like Janine, right? I mean, it's so easy to do, the shouldings. And what do we say at Thriving?
Don't shit on
yourself.
Stop shitting on yourself, right? Which is hard to say with a lisp. It always comes out wrong. But yes, we know what shitting on ourselves, where it takes us, people, right? So 3 quick strategies to help you when you're in those moments. So I know all those that we've just listed have crawled through my brain before. And the big thing for me is just naming it to tame it. Dr. Dan Siegel talks about how when we can name the emotion or name the thought or name the feeling, that just takes the power away from it. So even if I'm wrapped up in like, oh, like you're making a fool of yourself, or like, what's wrong with you? Why'd you say that? Or whatever it is, if I can just recognize, Jessie, you're having an ant right now. You're having an automatic negative thought. Just recognizing it and kind of getting a little separation from it helps me.
Yeah, and I would say what I appreciate about you girls is that you also call me out on my ants. And I appreciate that. Like if I say something that is shoulding or overthinking, that you'll say, Joelle, that's an ant. And I go, oh, dang, yes, it is. Okay, that helps.
Yes.
Another strategy that works is when you can be sort of the attorney against yourself. So if you say things like, this always happens to me, or this never happens to me, or, I'm not smart, you actually become kind of an attorney to fight that irrational thought. So for example, if you have a student who says, I'm not smart, and you say, well, I think there's evidence that proves otherwise. Last week, you got an A- on your math test, and the week before that, you got a B+ on your essay. So I would say the evidence doesn't support your argument that you aren't smart, and literally just trying to be like a little, 2-person arguing against yourself. So that's another strategy.
Very good. Another strategy we have that we use in our workshops for brain breaks is the 50 snaps. And what this helps us do is move away from where we are. So we get into a different thinking. It's kind of just shoving it to the side and getting back here to hopefully move on out of that negative thought. So ladies, fingers ready. We are going to do 50 snaps, and we are going to count to ourselves so we don't mess everybody else up while we're counting. Okay, here we go. Fingers ready? It's a little tough on the arthritis.
I'll be honest, I thought this was silly when Joelle and Janine told me about it, but now I do it, and it kind of works for me. So full disclosure, if you're like, what are they having us do right now? Like, why are we snapping? Like, doesn't make sense.
By the way, this strategy.
Oh, yeah, it's another super better from Jane McGonigal.
Jane McGonigal.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, ready, ladies? And 1.
Losing track.
Did I miscount?
No, I was changing the beat. You're good.
Okay,
You're good.
we're doing it to the song in your head.
Those last ones are always tough on my own.
But Denise, what are you not doing right now? What are you not doing?
I'm not thinking about it.
You're not thinking
All
about
I'm doing is counting. So it's a perfect way when you're standing there shooting on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? 50 snaps, baby. 50 snaps. Give it.
You know, and I have to tell you that
moment.
I've had so many people who, after we taught them 50 snaps, they literally will text me or message me and they'll say, I was totally in a thought hole today. Hashtag 50 snaps all day long.
All day.
Get out of the thought holes.
Get out of the thought hole.
Don't get stuck in the thought hole.
My fingers are getting stronger though.
I love it. So on that, my friends, may you be well today. May you give yourself grace. Hopefully some of these can help you if you find yourself in that thought hole, find yourself shooting. This will just be a way to help you just get back in the present moment and again, have some self-compassion and to harness those thoughts. So be well, be safe, take care of yourself and take care of others. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye,
guys.
Don't forget to take time to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.